Choosing to stay and heal after infidelity, but you're still struggling with self-image. Let's talk about it. This was one of the hardest things for most of us to get over and to heal through. And to be honest, I think it is going to be something that is reoccurring for a long time. It took me several years to heal from this. I am 3 years out in my healing, and it is still something I do struggle with. So this person private DM me and asked me this question and asked me to answer it from a spiritual point of view. I do think that it is a spiritual violation when we go through infidelity. I think it damages our spirit. And if you read that book, The Body Keeps a Score, it does talk a lot about how your body, your nervous system, your muscles all remember certain things. And it is not a far reach to think that your brain looks at your body and is just disgusted with the way that you look. You've seen the images of the other woman that he's been staring at. Most of you went into shell shock when you opened the phone and you saw all the corn, all the images, all the women he was talking to on OF. And it is completely valid that you would look at your body in a whole new light afterwards. Your body has nothing to do with his addiction. And I know that's really hard to understand, especially if he's been looking at a lot of beautiful women and a lot of beautiful bodies, etc. But a lot of these guys who are corn or sex addicts actually look for flaws on these women so that they do not have an emotional connection with them. Like they will literally look for flaws to essentially disassociate that they are human beings. Men are off corn and they don't look at your body that way, and they love your body for who and what you are. And there's a lot of examples of that on social media where a lot of people have been like, why would you be with that woman? She's not pretty. It has nothing to do with beauty for these men. I'll tell you what it is that they desire. Men desire a peaceful and safe place to communicate their heart and their feelings, a safe place for them to come to you and tell you the good days and the bad days, the days that they are struggling and the days that they are having a good day. Like just to ask a man, how was your day? And to listen to it. And if he's like, it was a really bad day, tell me about it. Tell me why your day was bad. And the days where he's struggling with lust, the days that he's struggling because it's just a bad day. These men want a safe place to be essentially the bad parts of themselves and the good parts of themselves with you, and for you to also be an emotional stable person for them. Now, a lot of women don't like this. They don't find this attractive. They want a man who's 100% all the time emotionally stable to regulate their emotions. That's not always possible, guys. It's not. No person, no human being can do that 100% and not have bad days, not have their own struggles and their own frustrations. So I know that there's a lot of body image problems with this, but when I understood this about men and what they were really looking for had nothing to do with beauty, I was like, yeah, you gotta be kidding me. But I am heavier now than when I was when my partner was having affairs, and he thinks my body's more beautiful now than it was back then. And that's been hard for me to wrap my head around. You don't need plastic surgery. You don't need any of those things in order for your partner to think that you are beautiful. You are stunning. And the other thing too, ladies, is that the other part of you that is so much more beautiful is your heart, your spirit and your heart, and the person that you exude, the person that you share with other people, the kindness in you, the love, the selflessness of who you are. Not that you shouldn't like prioritize your identity and yourself, but just the parts of you that are just so full of light and positive energy and peace. Those are the things that make you so attractive. Your confidence, your self-worth, your boundaries, all of those things are so attractive to a man. So like you could be super plump, you could be super skinny, but if you have confidence in who you are and loving yourself is where a lot of that is going to come from. At the end of the day, it is about seeing yourself from the eyes of God. And so if you want to take this from a spiritual aspect, give yourself affirmations, give yourself scripture. I am fearfully and I am wonderfully made. I am worthy of somebody loving me. I am beautiful and my heart is beautiful. I am always a work in progress. I am worthy of somebody valuing me. I am created perfectly. I am created perfectly in the image of God. So, all of these things, I am sacred. I am a temple. I am to be valued and treasured as a temple. Um, these are things that you should be saying to yourself. When we say out loud things like, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm stupid, I'm an idiot, all of those things are actually curses that we are putting on ourselves, and they are affirmations that we are putting on ourselves. So when we look in the mirror and we say those things, that is a reflection of how we are saying things to ourselves. And sometimes those words came from people that we love, our parents, or even our partners. And so if you are spiritual, I do recommend praying against those things and asking God to break those curses off of you. One of mine was somebody told me you look like a whore. And so my whole life, I just like have struggled with like showing my body at all. Like if you notice, like I usually have like things up to here, and like covering my arms. It's because like I was told I look like a whore. And I have such like body image issues from that. But I've been praying like, God, please break that off of me and help me see you from, help me see myself the way that you see me. I one time was in church and this woman came up to me out of nowhere and just said that she felt like God told her to pray for me. And while she was praying for me, she just paused and she said, I just feel like God is telling me to tell you that you are beautiful and he just sees you as being, I'm gonna cry. Seeing you is so beautiful, and that he just loves every part of the way that he made you. And I just like broke down hysterically crying when she did this. I like was like thumping my foot on the ground because like I was just like, it almost made me uncomfortable. It made me so uncomfortable to hear God saying those things to me through this woman. But I needed it. I needed it so much. And so sometimes it just really helps to sit down with another woman and have her pray over you these things, especially someone who's like really, really walking with God. So anyway, I hope that those things help you. But yeah, working on your own self-image, it's so difficult. It is extremely difficult. And it is one of the hardest parts of my own healing journey that I've had to go through. The other thing too is you can ask your partner for a lot of reassurance. That is one thing I've really had to ask my partner for is to constantly reassure me every day. Like, do you see me as beautiful? And it really helps me when he just like wraps his arms around me. He's like, you are just so beautiful. So to communicate that to him, if he's still in your life and if it's a marriage that you're working on, just tell him like, I'm going to need you every day to just tell me I am beautiful in some way, shape, or form. And to have that reassurance is going to really help me heal.